Alright, it's a war going on outside on the corner. It's a war going on. It's a war on your TV screen every morning. It's a war going on. Shout out to King Los. It's a war going on. God told me this movie will rewrite itself. Spread love, be wise, and let foolery fight itself. It's facts. He be speaking facts, bro. It's a war going on. There's a war happening that nobody's talking about right now, right? It's not being fought with weapons. It's being fought with silicon, right? Micron just announced that they're dumping billions into memory chip production, right? We're talking massive capital spending. You know what it is. Massive capital expenditure. And you know what that tells me? The AI revolution is not coming. It's here. It's hungry and it's running out of food. You know what it is? It needs to eat. So here's the question I want you to sit with for the next 8 minutes, right? Damn, I said 8 minutes. Now I really got to make this video 8 minutes. What if I want to make it 10? I don't give a fuck. If the chips that power AI are becoming the most valuable resource on the planet, what does that mean for creators, builders, and people like us who are trying to build something real? Stick around because we going deep. We about to... Alright. I'm cringing so hard, bro. Damn. I gotta play the song, though. I'm about to dive in. Was that Chris Brown? Play that song when I said we about to dive in. For the last year, we've been watching AI blow up, right? ChatGPT, Claude, all these models getting smarter, faster, more capable, right? But here's what most people don't realize. All of that requires insane amounts of computing power. And computing power requires chips, specifically memory chips. Think of it like this. If an AI model is an athlete, the memory chip is the oxygen they breathe. An athlete that's running all day needs more oxygen than someone who's sedentary and is working at an office 9 to 5. You can have the best athlete in the world, the best AI model in the world, but if you can't get enough oxygen to their lungs, they ain't going anywhere. Compute. This is why artificial general intelligence is bottlenecked by physical hardware limitations, chip manufacturing, supply chain limitations. We need to solve that first. If we have all the hardware in the world and all the space in the world to create the biggest AI model ever, sure. But we're already using up a huge portion of our electrical grid training AI models, and we're using a lot of water. A lot of people in the world don't have water. The fuck? What more needs to be said? So, Micron is one of the biggest memory chip manufacturers in the world, if you didn't know who they are. They just looked at the demand curve and basically said, we got to spend heavily to keep up with this. So they're talking about massive capital expenditures, right? I said that earlier. Oh shit. They're investing capital in this because hyperscalers like OpenAI, Google, Meta, and Microsoft are all competing for the same limited supply of chips. And now enterprises are jumping in too, right? Not just the conglomerates. So TSMC and Samsung are doing the same thing. They're raising prices on advanced chips because the demand is so tight. They literally can't make enough. This isn't a shortage, it's a structural imbalance between supply and demand that's going to reshape the entire technology industry. But here's where it gets real. On the surface, this sounds like a win for chip manufacturers, right? Micron, TSMC, Samsung, they're printing money. But there's a deeper tension happening that I think about a lot, right? Which is the concentration of power. Right now, if you want to build an AI product, you need access to chips. But chips are controlled by a handful of companies, conglomerates. And these companies are prioritizing the biggest players. Right? OpenAI, Google, Meta. They have the deepest pockets. They're getting first access to everything. They're getting the best deals. But what about the rest of us? What about the people down here? What about us? What about us building individually? Trying to build a startup. Creators trying to build something innovative. We're getting squeezed out of this bitch. Right? And here's the thing that keeps me up. I'm lying. It don't keep me up at night. But this is how monopolies form, right? Not overnight, but gradually. The big players get the resources. They build better products. They get more users. They make more money. They buy more chips. Meanwhile, everyone else is fighting for scraps and shit. Niggas going hungry. Alright, I should cut out the N-word in this video. I don't know. I might have somebody see this who may want to hire me. And I don't think I should use that word. But cut that out the video. Most definitely. Make sure you do that. But I look at what happened with cloud computing, right? AWS dominates because they have the infrastructure. And now 20 years later, they're still dominating. And I'm wondering if we're about to see the same thing happen with the AI chips. But my honest take is I don't think this is inevitable. I think there's still some time to push back against this and to demand that chip manufacturing becomes more distributed for the average person, to support the companies that are trying to democratize access to computing power, right? So let's zoom out for a second, right? Micron's announcement really tells us that AI isn't a hype cycle anymore. It's infrastructure in everything, like electricity, like the internet. It's becoming foundational to how the world works. And when something becomes infrastructure, the rules change on it. The stakes get higher, the winners get richer, and the losers get left behind. So I think about this in the context of my own work. I'm building music, I'm building technology. I'm thinking about how AI can help creators make better music faster, help real estate operators close deals quicker, stop doing manual labor, really focus on the relationship in real estate. But I'm also thinking about, what if I can't access the chips I need to build what I want? What if the cost of computing becomes so high that only the biggest companies can afford to innovate? And that's not hypothetical, that's a real risk right now. But here's what gives me hope, right? Scarcity breeds innovation. When resources are limited, people get creative, right? We're forced to find workarounds. We build more efficient systems. We collaborate instead of compete with each other. You know, I'm gonna bring hip hop into this because I'm a hip hop head. You know what it is. When producers didn't have access to expensive equipment, they sampled, they chopped stuff up, they created new genres from limitations. And that's the energy I want to bring to this moment right now. The chip shortage is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. And the people who figure out how to build amazing things with limited resources, they're going to be the ones who shape the future. All right, so here's what I want you to do. First, pay attention to who controls the chips. Follow the news. Understand the supply chain, because this is going to affect everything from the AI tools you use to the products you build and to the prices you pay. Second, support alternatives. If you believe in decentralized AI, in open source models, and democratized access to computing power, put your money where your mouth is and put your attention there. Vote with your choices. And third, think about what you want to build in a world of scarcity. Don't wait for unlimited resources. Start right now. Build with what you have, because the constraints you're facing right now are going to make you more creative, more resilient, and more innovative. The memory chip wars are just getting started. And the question isn't whether you're going to be affected. The question is, are you going to be a player or are you going to be played? Don't hate the game. Be the player that other players hate. How about that? Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the future of AI infrastructure. And if you're building something cool with limited resources, I want to hear about that shit. Nah, I'm kidding. I want to hear about it. Thanks for listening. Let's keep pushing. Let's go.